Right now, new details about the severe weather over the weekend and just how many tornadoes touched down in Wisconsin. Plus, former President Trump returns to the courtroom for the closing arguments in the so-called hush money trial, when we could expect a verdict. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Josh Spreiter. We are going to start with first warned weather this afternoon with more rain and strong storms possible once again across southern Wisconsin. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. And boy, Kelly, we just cannot break this active pattern.
Yeah, really active pattern over the last couple of weeks. And once again, we have some more showers and storms that'll be rolling in as we go through the afternoon hours. And some of these may produce some hail and some gusty winds. I think that's going to be the main threat. That's why we do have the first warn alert day, and this will be affecting all of southern Wisconsin, and we are right in the line of the storms that'll be rolling on through. That'll be mainly later this afternoon going into the early evening. It's going to be a short duration, but I just have to keep an eye to the sky. We're only under a marginal risk of severe weather. That's the lowest on a scale of 1 to 5, but needless to say, there's enough cool air aloft that we can't rule out some hail coming through and also some gusty winds with some of these storms. Right now, the only showers we're seeing are just crossing the Mississippi River over there toward Dubuque, headed into southern parts of Grant County. Everything's sinking down to the south and west. That's because we're under a northwest flow, so you can see near Lancaster and headed down toward Dubuque, seeing some of those showers. Also up to the north, seeing a few showers rolling in just south of Viroqua, basically diving to the south and east. Now, our future track does continue to develop some of these showers and storms as we go through the afternoon hours. You see some of those darker reds. That would indicate some heavier downpours. You can't rule out a little bit of hail with some of these storms as they roll on in. This is ends at about 3 o'clock. So about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock here in the Madison area, that's when we can expect some of these showers and storms to roll on in. Right now, Platteville looks pretty stormy there, but we are looking at a mostly cloudy sky in Madison with temperatures right now generally in the mid to upper 60s. 67 right now in Madison, 69 currently in Middleton. So we are looking at a northwest wind at 12 miles per hour, and we'll look at these scattered showers and storms to roll on in as we go into the afternoon hours. We'll talk more about this chance of storms today and see if we have more in the forecast come out.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Continuing coverage now of the severe weather in our state. The National Weather Service confirming 3 tornadoes touched down in southern Wisconsin on Sunday night. The town of Milton was hit the hardest. When tracking where exactly the tornado touched down, the National Weather Service found it wasn't far from Tammy's Tender Times, a local Milton daycare.
Kind of become investigators to try to pin together what happened. For this one, we have pictures and videos, and there was a radar signature, there was rotation, so we're very certain that it was a tornado.
The damage to the daycare from the EF0 tornado was largely superficial. The owners hope they'll be able to reopen by tomorrow. Debris cleanup from the storms may take some time to get done, which is why the city of Madison has multiple dates set up for damage cleanup. Residents are encouraged to visit the city of Madison's website for details. You can enter your address and find out when crews will be in your area to collect the brush. The Streets Division drop-off sites also accept brush. Normally, residents are limited to the number of visits they can make, but for the next 4 days, that limit is lifted due to those storms. The Streets Division hopes to make one cycle through the city by June 14th. The city of Middleton is also removing brush starting today. Collection crews are traveling the city to pick up debris. Residents are asked to place the brush along the street with the least amount of traffic for crew safety. Limbs or branches must not exceed 6 inches in diameter. The brush must be placed parallel to the curb with all cut ends pointing to the right as you face the street. Right now, Madison police are investigating a death after finding a body in the woods on the east side. Officers say they responded Monday afternoon to a welfare check at a home on Sycamore Avenue. They used a drone to search the area and found a body in the woods nearby. Police have not released any information about the victim. We do know that no arrests have been made. We'll continue to reach out for information and pass it along once we hear. 4 teenagers are dead after a crash in Dodge County. This happened early Monday on State Highway 1660 in the township of Elba. That's 3 miles east of Columbus. An initial investigation shows a Ford F-150 was on double T when it failed to stop at the intersection. That's when a semi without a trailer traveling on Highway 1660 hit the pickup. 3 of the 5 people in that Ford died at the scene. A 4th person died at UW Hospital. The 5th has life-threatening injuries. The ages of the 5 in the Ford range from 16 to 19. The semi driver suffered minor injuries. That crash remains under investigation. After weeks of testimony, closing arguments are today in former President Trump's so-called hush money trial. Astrid Martinez is outside the courthouse in New York.
Mr. Trump, how are you feeling out today?
Former President Donald Trump arrived at the Manhattan courthouse ahead of closing arguments in his historic criminal trial.
We'll see how it goes. This is a very dangerous day for America. It's a very sad day.
Inside, his defense team told jurors Trump was innocent and did not break the law.
Under the federal law, I did nothing wrong.
Trump is charged with 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. Prosecutors argue it was part of a scheme to subvert election law by concealing repayment to his former fixer Michael Cohen for hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Jury deliberations could begin as soon as tomorrow.
Juries convict on circumstantial evidence all the time. In fact, there often is not the type of evidence, smoking gun evidence, that one would want.
As he has done throughout this trial, Trump again claimed this morning that this case is the result of campaign interference by President Biden, his political rival. Outside the courthouse, the Biden campaign pushed back.
We're here primarily because of the threat that Donald Trump poses to the United States of America and to our democracy.
In a sign of how significant today's proceedings are, 3 of Donald Trump's children, Donald Jr., Eric, and Tiffany, joined him in court for closing arguments. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
If Trump is found guilty, Trump would be the first former president convicted of a crime. Each charge carries a punishment of up to 4 years in prison. Well, still ahead for us on News 3 Now at noon, a new warning from the Federal Trade Commission on a growing scam. Plus, a look at which film finished on top of the box office this holiday weekend.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Transform your home in one weekend with help from Dutch Boy, now at Menards. With over 100 years of paint experience, Dutch Boy is the perfect choice for your painting projects. Hurry in today and get a gallon of Platinum Plus interior paint. It's an ultra premium paint and primer in one with amazing stain resistance that gives your space a long-lasting finish. Get an 11% rebate on all Platinum Plus paint now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you suffering with neck pain, back pain, or sciatica due to disc-related conditions? You may have tried drugs, spinal injections, or physical therapy just to find out it didn't help. You're not alone. The problem is that some of those treatments focus on symptom relief, but may not address the underlying disc problem. As a result of injury or overuse, the discs may bulge, herniate, or degenerate over time. Our therapies are highly successful and reduce pain associated with those conditions and may help you avoid neck or back surgery. At Midwest Spine and Nerve Center, we'll design a treatment program using the latest in pain-relieving therapies, including non-surgical spine decompression, ProAdjuster 360 computerized technology, laser therapy, and more. Visit our website or call to schedule a complimentary consultation.
Senator Baldwin says I'm not from Wisconsin. But this was my childhood home. Graduated East High. Became a Badger in '86, where I've had my company for over 20 years.
And this is where we live. It's our family home.
I'm a fourth-generation Wisconsinite. It made me who I am. If Senator Baldwin's not going to be honest with you about where I'm from, what makes you think she'll be honest with you about anything? I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Beware of calls or emails from someone claiming to be from Best Buy or its Geek Squad support team. A new report from the Federal Trade Commission found that scammers most frequently impersonate the company, with more than 52,000 complaints. Consumers reported losses totaling around $15 million due to Best Buy and Geek Squad-related scams last year. Amazon and PayPal are the second and third most impersonated companies by scammers. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, appears to have edged out the Garfield movie to win the 4-day holiday box office battle, raking in an estimated $32 million domestically, while the beloved cartoon cat took in $31 million. Imaginary Friends movie If was third with $21 million. Still, experts say this Memorial Day weekend had the worst showing at the box office in decades. And today is National Hamburger Day, and multiple dining chains are offering deals. Burger King will give customers a free hamburger with a purchase of 70 cents or more to coincide with the company's 70th anniversary. Wendy's is offering 1-cent junior bacon cheeseburgers with a purchase all week long, but only through its app. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
At the noon hour, here's the stock report. The Dow down 237 points, NASDAQ up 89 points, and the S&P 500 up 6. Our call for action volunteers are in the building today, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Remember, you can call for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Pam is watching today's egg prices straight ahead, and Kelly is tracking the first warn forecast. Then later on Live at 4, Consumer Reports with the best thermometers to take care of your sick kids.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, and dirt are settling deep into your carpet fibers. Stanley Steamer removes the dirt you see and the dirt you don't. Your carpets aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Oh, hey, I'm your celebrity spokesperson for Zeem, the new way to stream local news, sports, and events from all over the country.
But Zeem speaks for itself. It doesn't need a celebrity spokesperson to tell you to download Zeem. Besides, an ex-teen idol like myself might resort to pandering gimmicks.
You're too smart for that. Let's cut to the Zeem logo before I do some sexy, overdramatic ending, huh? Zeem, always local, always free.
Senator Baldwin says I'm not from Wisconsin. But this was my childhood home. Graduated East High. Became a Badger in '86, where I've had my company for over 20 years.
And this is where we live. It's our family home.
I'm a fourth-generation Wisconsinite. It made me who I am. If Senator Baldwin's not going to be honest with you about where I'm from, what makes you think she'll be honest with you about anything? I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Steinhoffel's Memorial Day mattress sale is on now. Get a Beauty Rest Queen mattress for only $399. Save up to $1,200 on Beauty Rest adjustable base sets. Upgrade your sleep to the Beauty Rest Black for $50 per month. Plus get $300 Steinhoffel's cash and a $100 rewards card. You'll rest easy when you use Steinhoffel's 60-month financing. Steinhoffel's, your mattress destination. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
The nation's top call for action team is going strong at News 3 Now, with more than 160 cases closed and over $444,000 recovered. If you need help moving forward, call for action only on News 3 Now.
Lean back. Lean back.
Fat Joe hypes the Jennifer Hudson show.
It's rocking in there, man. You got the livest audience.
You just bring the vibe. Then K-pop group La Seraphim performs.
On the next Jennifer Hudson show at 3. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Welcome back. Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Hi, Pam.
After a soggy Memorial weekend for a lot of us. Yeah.
Big time.
Back in the harness on a Tuesday, Josh, and that includes our markets. We'll get to those in just a moment. But first, I want to recognize some of my colleagues that are involved as volunteers, staff, helper bees for Wisconsin 4-H. Near and dear to my heart, they just inducted 10 people into the Hall of Fame that was started back in 2014 to recognize all the hardworking volunteers and alumni, people that make a difference to Wisconsin 4-H for programming as well as influence on the youth. A couple from right around our Channel 3 viewing area that I want to recognize include the former state office manager for Wisconsin 4-H, Jane Marquardt. She served for 24 years as the Wisconsin 4-H Youth Development Office and Budget Manager. She helped to bring them into the 21st century with technology. She also helped move the state 4-H office into the computer age. She's been involved in helping with programs, pulling together conferences, tickets, you name it. Jane has been on the forefront. Congratulations to her and her induction in as a 2023 Hall of Fame inductee into Wisconsin's 4-H Hall of Fame. Then another gal that's just down the road in Jefferson County, Michelle Zimmerman. If your young people have been involved in the Wisconsin 4-H Dog Project for the past 40 years, Michelle has served as the 4-H Dog Project leader. She has been there just about as long as she's been involved with 4-H. She's been on the state 4-H committee for that long. And again, just using her time, her passion to influence kids and get them where they want to be when it comes to the Dog Project. We sure appreciate she works with probably 30 to 40 kids annually as part of her own commitment to the 4-H Dog Project. Those are just two of the 10 that were inducted up in Wisconsin Dells. If you want to see the rest of them, and believe me, there's many, you can pop on over to our website, MidwestFarmReport.com. One couple up in Barron County, between the two of them, had 110 years of volunteer service for Wisconsin 4-H. That's the Green Clover kids, in case you're not picking up on the 4-H part of things. You're going to see those kids all in action pretty soon at county fairs, and you'll probably see them at dairy breakfast coming up as well. So markets, the only place we're watching is wheat. That's kind of interesting because Russia is looking at a drought, very much not what Wisconsin's dealing with. Our barrel cheese on a Tuesday starts off unchanged at $1.98. 40-pound block cheese down 3/4 cent, $1.86 1/4. And yowza, Joshy, look at this, butter. Finally got a slap on the nose, down 12 cents today.
Oh, boy.
Back to $3.25. $3.25, though. That's still right on the upper edge. But, yep, there's our big market correction for a Tuesday.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we've had a decline with that butter. That's been up and up for weeks now. Wow.
I'm glad I got your attention. Good.
You did. You always do, Pam. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. First, our meteorologist Kelly Slifka is out on the weather patio. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, you got to remember last year in the month of May, we couldn't buy a drop of rain, and this May has been a completely opposite trend. In fact, we've seen over 5 inches of rain now for the month of May, and it doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon. We've got more rain in our forecast. Our average at this point in the month is about 3.5. And for the year, we're still doing pretty good as well. We're about 3 inches above average, where we've had over 15.5 inches of rain so far in 2024. All right, we got more rain in the forecast. What else is new? This is a first warning alert day because of some of these storms that will be fairly isolated that could produce some gusty winds. Can't rule out some hail with some of these storms. I don't think this will be a widespread event, but just something you're going to have to watch out for all of southern Wisconsin later this afternoon, going into the early evening hours when we get that prime heating. And we've kind of lost the sun right now here in Madison. And I think, as mentioned, the main threats with this alert day is the potential for some hail and also some gusty winds. As far as the flooding, that's minimal, even though we have had a lot of rain, and tornadoes very isolated, if any. All right, we are watching this cluster of showers. It's basically riding the jet stream moving in from the northwest. It's moving through northwestern Wisconsin right now. Some of it is starting to reach into southwestern parts of the state in Grant County with this northwest flow. And it's been a very active season, especially in the central and south central plains. And that's where it's going to be very active again across much of the Lone Star State, where they do have a slight risk of severe weather, even enhanced risk in some areas. For us, we have the lowest risk, a marginal risk of severe weather. That means maybe some isolated hail, and can't rule out some gusty winds. This will be affecting us later this afternoon. Right now, our radar is indicating a few showers and thunderstorms rolling through La Crosse, moving across the Mississippi River. and headed toward Viroqua right now, and even into parts of Crawford County. You may see some of these showers. Right now, everything's pretty isolated, nothing major right now. I don't really expect widespread problems, but once again, some of these storms as they fire up could produce some hail and also some gusty winds. But you can see that time frame. It's a fairly short window. It'll be mainly later this afternoon through the dinner hour, then the early evening. Once the sun goes down, we lose that heating. So that should calm those storms down quite a bit as we go through the overnight period. So we'll track that for you. Some scattered showers and storms are rolling in from the north and west. See some of these deeper reds that would indicate some heavy rains. Can't rule out some hail with some of these storms as they roll on through. I think we're probably at the peak heating right now. I don't think our temperature is going to rise a whole lot more. Even at the dinner hour, still can't rule out some of these showers, isolated storms rolling on through. Even at 8 o'clock. But once that sun goes down, you notice how that shower chance starts to dissipate as we go into the evening hours and overnight. Right now, 67 in Madison, 68 in Janesville, 66 right now in the Dells. Noticing it's much cooler up in Black River Falls and La Crosse, only in the 50s. That's because some of this cooler air is wrapping down to the south. So that's why I think we're pretty much at our maximum as far as temperatures go for this afternoon. 68 today with the first warning alert day. Looks like finally a dry period, not just a day, but several days of some dry weather. That'll be good for some of the farmers that need to get out in the fields. But 67 tomorrow, 70 on Thursday. Looks great. Friday, 74. It gets active again this weekend with some scattered showers and storms. It's not going to be raining the whole weekend like we saw on Sunday, but can't rule out some showers and storms Saturday and Sunday, even into early next week.
It'll be good to dry out for a few days.
Yeah, at least for a few days for sure.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Howard's with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with a recipe for a Southern classic.
You've probably heard the saying that everything old is new again. Well, that seems to be the trend we're seeing on menus across the country. Comfort dishes like mac and cheese, old-fashioned meatloaf, and Southern shrimp and grits are finding their way onto menus at some of the most popular restaurants coast to coast. So let me show you how easy it is to whip up some shrimp and grits that are so good, your taste buds will be doing a happy dance. We start by cooking some bacon until it's nice and crispy. While that finishes up, we add some grits to a pot of boiling water along with a good amount of salt. We discovered the trick to making really good grits is to be generous with the salt. Now we take our bacon out of the skillet, and in the bacon drippings, we cook some shrimp along with a bit of minced garlic until the shrimp are pink. Now that our grits have thickened up, we stir in a good amount of cheddar cheese. And to give our shrimp lots of flavor, we add a little lemon juice, a splash of hot sauce, and some scallions. And when we serve the shrimp over the cheesy grits and finish it off with some crumbled bacon, are you ever in for a treat? To get this easy recipe for our Southern shrimp and grits, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a new old-fashioned way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
When we come back at noon, UW Health Clinical Dietitian Michelle Swader has some food safety tips about misleading labels. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Update your home's exterior and get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. We carry the largest selection of garage doors in stock. Or you can design your own using our Garage Door Design Program. Get an 11% rebate on all garage doors. Cedar Creek vinyl siding is low maintenance and is available in 16 beautiful color options. Get an 11% rebate on Cedar Creek siding now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine having a Medicare Advantage plan that can help cover costs for dental services or even groceries. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is offering special benefits called Essential Extras, available for Medicare Advantage plan members. If you're new to Medicare, have Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible to enroll today. Unsure if you're eligible? Our licensed insurance agents can help. Just call the number on your screen today. Medicare Advantage plans cover everything in Original Medicare Parts A and B while offering coverage for additional benefits. With Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Advantage plans, you could get no-cost essential extras you might not expect. These plans may include allowances for dental, vision, hearing, assistive devices, or even money for healthy groceries. That's not all, though. You could also get an allowance to help pay for utility costs like gas, electric, water, or sewer. It can even be used towards internet and cellular providers. Explore 2024 Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Advantage plans with essential extras in your zip code by calling today. If you're new to Medicare, have Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible. Essential extras could even include transportation to plan-approved destinations. But you won't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. You have to call to see if you're eligible to enroll. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is proud to offer these special no-cost Medicare Advantage plan benefits that help provide comfort and convenience to make everyday life easier. Don't miss out. Call Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield today to explore 2024 Medicare Advantage plans with essential extras. If you're new to Medicare, on Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible.
Call 800-694-1143. 800-694-1143. That's 800-694-1143.
Welcome back. UW Health Clinical Dietitian Michelle Swader is back with us, and we're talking misleading food labels for this month's health segment.
Yes, the food marketers are great to try to grab your attention and get you to throw their item in the cart. And now that people are starting to look for healthier items, it's really easy to fall for that kind of health halo where there might be something healthy about the food, but there's lots of pitfalls too.
And you mentioned those companies, they're smart, right? Because they put those words on the front, but it's the back that you really have to watch.
Yeah, so I brought some examples of some of the things, how they kind of try to draw you in, but then you really do have to read the ingredients. You have to read that black and white nutrition facts on the back. That's really where it tells the full story.
All right.
So for the first one, the frozen meals, the lean cuisine, I mean, you can look at it and it says lean cuisine, it seems healthy. It even mentions that it has some protein in there. But if you take a look at these two different items, one has got twice the carbs as the other. They both have about the same amount of protein, but you'd love to get more protein and less carbs. So just because one company makes something, that doesn't mean that they're all okay. You might have different needs if you're watching your carbs.
And sometimes there are good carbs out there too you want to make sure you're getting.
Yep, so this one is potato. There could also be something with wild rice. You know, that's better than something like an orange chicken or something that has a lot of sugar in the sauce. So definitely, you know, taking time to just flip it over and compare the two to see which one's better for you.
Super important. All right, these next ones I'm really interested in because these have gotten quite popular.
Yeah, the veggie straws, as a dietitian, they make me roll my eyes. If you look at the front of the package, you know, it says garden, it says veggie. There's even pictures of vegetables on the bag. But if you actually look at the ingredients, there are more carbs in a serving of veggie straws than there are in the potato chips.
Oh, wow.
And the first two ingredients in the veggie straws are potato starch and potato dextrin and potato flour. So really is more processed, more refined than the potato chips. The only vegetables in there are spinach powder, beet powder, and tomato paste. So you really can't get any further from a veggie
real
right
vegetables are much better than
Definitely,
the veggie straws.
yes. A totally different nutritional perspective.
Okay, and the next thing we want to talk cereal because at home a lot of kids, they like the sugars, right? That's what we got to be careful for.
Right, and the spectrum of healthy cereals and unhealthy cereals is pretty tight. There's not really a lot of difference, unfortunately. Yes, the Great Grains, you know, has some whole grains, it has some nuts in there, but the carbohydrate content is still pretty close. You also have to look at the serving size. The Great Grains is 3/4 of a cup, where the Fruity Pebbles is 1 cup. And if you look at the Great Grain ingredients, there's still 3 types of sugar. You've got regular sugar, you've got rice syrup, and you also have molasses. So when you think about that, how different is it from some of the other sugary cereals in the end?
A lot of stuff to watch for. All right, Michelle, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Good lessons. Over to Kelly now with the final look at your forecast.
Yeah, Josh, we are going to be watching some scattered showers and storms to roll on into the area. I don't think it'll be widespread heavy downpours, but we can't rule out some isolated pockets of some hail and some gusty winds coming out of these storms. A lot of this will start to dissipate as we get through the evening. And finally, some dry weather after the first morning alert day today into the 70s by Thursday and Friday.
Thanks for joining us.